Hey, coach, man, what time is it?
Oh, Slim, you know what time it is. 6 o'clock, straight up and down. It's HomeSpun Sports with Coach John Montgomery. Sports talk with a twist of down-home wisdom. Welcome. You've tuned in once again to HomeSpun Sports. It's sports talk with a twist of down-home wisdom. I am your host, the coach, John Montgomery, and I'm right here in good old H-Town, Houston, Texas, way up there in Del City, Oklahoma, the last P in the shell. My partner in crime, the director of production, my baby boy. What's up, Slim?
How you doing, coach? How you doing?
Oh, man, dude, I am so pumped for this episode of HomeSpun Sports show number 6.
Oh, yeah.
Slim, the short version when you talk about our very special guest for this show. Seen it, done it. Done it all in football. In fact, Slim, I'm going to put it to you this way. There ain't a defense that he ain't called. There ain't a huddle he ain't broke. And there ain't a quarterback he ain't choked. So let's bring on the defensive coordinator of the New York Giants, my dog, my show enough friend from way back in the day, Wink Martindale.
How you doing, Johnny Mott? How you doing?
Oh, man. Great, Wink, man. Listen, my brother, we are so appreciative, man. I know you're busy, bro, getting that team together. Got a big exhibition game tomorrow night against the Bengals. This is exhibition game number 2, right?
Right.
Man, listen, man. I know you got them fired up, man, and we're excited about having you on the show, bro. We go back a minute, Wayne.
Yes, we do.
1996. I'm at the University of Cincinnati. You were there. You had just come from Notre Dame. You were GA, right?
Right.
You came on there, and Rex was the D coordinator. John Harbaugh picked me up at the airport, and Harbs and Sam Pittman picked me up at the airport. And man, that's been a friendship that I have treasured for years. Thanks, Wayne.
Oh, you're the best, Johnny Mott. You're the best. I tell you what's behind that story too. A lot of people don't know. I had a wife and 2 kids. There was no jobs that year, which in this profession that sometimes happens, right?
Right.
I took a job there at UC in '96 for $3,000.
Wow.
And then met you, Rex, Harbs. Rick Mentor had some coaches come through there. You know that.
Oh, man.
Sam Pittman, Joker Phillips. I mean, the list goes on and on. With
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
No question.
So, Coach Martindale.
Yes.
We mentioned a brief history on your coaching, but in your opinion, would it be fair to say that the Bryan brothers, Rex and Robbie, were a big monumental influence in your coaching career?
Without a doubt, unless when you're saying those two also include Buddy. Buddy was with me on the sidelines at Western Kentucky when I was calling defense for the Hilltoppers down there in the playoffs. And you want to talk about pressure, having one of the greatest coordinators in the NFL history standing right next to you as you're calling defense. That puts a little pressure on you. But they were all great influences in my career. So
Rex, excuse me, Wayne. When you were the D coordinator, you D coordinator Western Kentucky, working for Harb's dad, Jack Harbaugh.
Yep.
the old man himself, Buddy Ryan, was standing on the sideline next to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Got called a
That's
few
pressure.
things. I got called a few things besides wink during that game.
I expect you did. I expect you did.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when come down and we were I forget who it was we were playing with. Their band was better than their team, but it's you know, it was 33-0, and the head coach come down and said, "Hey, it's time to play some of the younger guys."
Okay.
But and Buddy looked at him and said, "That's what spring ball's for. We got a shutout going." And then right after that, Carl Burtz, one of my favorites, Carl Burtz was playing fire zone defense and jumped a China route and gave up a score. And he come running right to me like, "Wink, I'm so sorry. We blew the shutout." I said, "Don't talk to me. Go talk to Buddy." Buddy looked at him and said, "Well, I can't. I don't know what the rating is of this show, but he called him. He called him what he needed to be called." And then Buddy said, "Put your young kids in now. Shutout's over."
Wow.
And you know, sometimes I still hear Buddy while I'm calling plays. I really do. I mean, that was a cool, great experience. You know. You know, it builds your confidence, you know, when you talk to a guy that's done it like that in the league for as long as he did and really changed defensive football.
I can imagine.
And, you know, and he's the first one who told me that pressure breaks pipes, and I'm still saying it today. That's true.
No question. Ain't no question. Wait, of course, Buddy Ryan invented the Bear 46 defense.
Yep.
Is it still popular in the NFL? Do you still deploy the Bear? Do teams still deploy?
Oh yeah, yeah. We run it every game.
You do.
And it's and it's not to the extent that Big did it. You know what I mean? And with all the different coverages and everything else, we do have several coverages with it. And plus, it's just the game has expanded so much because it's all spread out now. You know, back originally when the 46 defense was put in, that's when they played with two backs more than they did one.
Okay.
And you could really beat up the run game and pressure in the play action passing game. So, we'll do. We pay homage to Buddy every year in the first game. Yeah.
Well, this is what I want to ask you, Wayne, because you break in the National Football League as an inside linebacker coach. Okay. 2004, you take the inside linebacker coach and job, and Robbie is the D coordinator at the Raiders.
Right.
Now, 19 years in the league, right, Wink?
Yep.
19 years in the league. You're on your fourth D coordinator appointment. How has offensive football changed in your opinion?
Well, I think, you can answer that two or three different ways. One, the rules have changed so much because they want to sell those Chevrolet trucks on Sunday. You know what I mean? So they're gonna try to play with the, an arm behind your back, with illegal contact and all those things. But we're always evolving, just like the offenses, because it never changes. So we're always throwing different things at them. The biggest change is that they're spreading it out and going empty, and they're trying to make all these quarterbacks, become Dan Marino, which that's the failures that you see. And then you see some of the success of the younger guys is because they brought the RPO into the game.
Okay.
So it's like, it's like the good ones are really good and the bad ones really stand out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
When I was at Morehouse College with Doug Williams, Todd Bowles, man I know you know well.
Much respect.
Todd Bowles was the D coordinator at Morehouse College when I was Doug Williams' O-line coach at Morehouse College and his OC.
Right.
And Todd's thing then, and I think still, is you got to be good enough at corner to lock people down so you can create pressure. I heard Sam Pittman say, number one way you win in football, affect the quarterback. Yep. You guys got Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah.
I thought when he was at Oregon that I saw shades of Von Miller. Lawrence Taylor. I'm
Taylor.
not putting him in that class yet, but he had that burst and the ability to bend that curve, Wink.
Right. He's a talented kid, and just like I've told him all training camp, what I want him to be is the best Kayvon Thibodeau, and that's no coach. That's no coach speak. I mean, I just think he's an all-around good football player. He's not just a rusher.
Okay.
He drops well. He's athletic. He's smart. He's football smart. He's smart. He understands the defense. He's picked it up. And the thing that's jumped out and surprised some people, not us, is he's been physical and tough in the run game.
That's what I was waiting to hear you say.
Yeah, that's what kept him.
When he can set the edge. He can set the edge.
Sure he can. Yep.
Okay. Good deal. All right. Now, Wayne, I put it on Facebook, and I'm holding true to my conviction. Last year, there were two teams in the NFC East that went to the playoffs, Dallas and Philly.
Right.
This year, it's going to be two teams make the playoff, and Dallas ain't going. One of them going to be the New York Giants. One of them going to be the New York Giants.
Got to be.
Now, wait. I got this all mapped out. Y'all got to go to Tennessee on the road. shut down King Henry.
Hey, let's just try to make it to tomorrow. I'm not making any predictions.
Okay.
We don't know where we're at yet.
Wait. Okay.
This is how Slim. This is how he tries to get me.
Oh no,
it ain't working.
Coach. I know. Coach.
Hey,
I know.
Hey, wait. Hey, wait. You know I'm pulling for you, dog. Y'all gonna be 2-0. Y'all gonna be 2-0. You gonna shut down King Henry. Then you open up at home with Carolina. You gonna shut down
Baker Mayfield and
shut down Baker, and it's gonna be Baker. It's gonna be Baker.
That won't be the first time we've done that. But I'm telling you, down in Tennessee, that guy's a beast.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. There's a reason why they call him King Henry.
Another great move from Corey Davis. Henry gets it to the inside. Look at that stiff arm.
Yeah.
So
ain't no question. But Wayne, y'all gonna be 2-0 when y'all host the Cowboys, and then it's gonna be on and popping.
I hope I can find my way home in my new apartment up here in New York, bro. I got to use Waze every place I go. Still, I've been here.
Is that big of an adjustment, Coach?
Well, I mean, it's just different, because in Baltimore, I live down the country. So,
yeah,
now I live down there in Jersey, right down there on the water. It's got a nice view of the skyline and everything else. It's been great. But like I said, any new place you go, you just got to put it in Waze because, like I said, I live it. It's almost like Maryland's our hometown. And the biggest thing is, and you brought up Oakland earlier. Johnny Mont, there's two types of owners in this league, and it's the sportsmen, the ones that have kept it in the family.
Yeah.
And it's a very familiar feeling coming here. Matter of fact, I just got to pinch myself that with the Mara and Tish families, they're amazing people. And we're just happy, to get a new start, to get a fresh start, to recharge the batteries, have a new challenge, all those coaching cliches, and it's true, and yourself, and Slim, you've seen it firsthand. Coaches are gypsies. They move around more than not, and I was like a unicorn staying in Baltimore for 10 years, but this is a destination for me, and like I said, this is a classy organization. Everything's first class, and we're really excited about being here and the challenge we have ahead. It's going to be a challenge.
Wake, I'm excited for you, man. Wake, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You got two big-time offensive tackles, and Andrew Thomas, big kid from Georgia, first rounder. Then you come take the Neal kid from Alabama, first rounder, and everything I've read has just been very impressive about those two guys. Lord knows y'all need a break. The Giants have had buzzard luck with tackles, but I think you guys have hit a winner this time. You got two good young tackles. The big key with you guys offensively, can you get Saquon Barkley
Healthy.
back to what he can be?
Yep. He's looked good in training camp. He really has.
He's had a good camp.
Yeah, he's had a good camp.
I know Daniel Jones is playing for his career, but see, I like Daniel Jones at Duke, and I still think he's a player. If you give him time, if you give Daniel Jones time, and I said it on my show many times before, Wayne, if you give Daniel Jones time, I think y'all got the best quarterback in the NFC East of the four.
Yeah, and the best thing is having Mike Kafka as the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
And it's like it's really good because there's the combo platter of him and Dave's. You know what I mean? So they're working together.
Okay.
And so when you have that Kansas City Buffalo flux of offense, I mean it's tough. You got two of the best offensive coordinators, in the league working together.
Okay.
And like you were talking about those offensive tackles, Drew Wilkins, my outside backer coach. He after practice, after about the third practice, he said these guys are going to be a problem. Now, rookies are rookies.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is rookies just need to go play. Don't worry about anything. Shut your phone off. Don't worry about the fat guy that's cooking chicken at 7-Eleven. His quotes in Twitter about he didn't do this, he didn't do that, and just go play football, and you'll see those guys take off.
Man, Wink, and take off indeed.
Oh shit.
It's okay. We good, Wink. We good. Listen, man. I know you're busy. Thank you for your time, man. Wink, just know this, bro. I am pulling and praying for you, dude. You ain't changed a bit since '96, though. Not a bit. You're still the same guy.
So you liked what I said when they asked me about pressure too much?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They tried. Hey, Slim. They tried to get all up in his Kool-Aid, trying to stir up some. Yeah, you'll say, hey, on to Cincinnati. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just hey. Forget all the dumb stuff. Forget all the dumb stuff. I know you're trying to get all up in my Kool-Aid, but in singleness of purpose in your thinking, that Wink, ain't no question. Yeah, ain't no question. Yeah. On to Cincinnati. Wink, man. Gonna be watching tomorrow night. And bro, do know this. Andrea done bought me that direct TV thing where I can watch all the games.
Nice.
On Sunday, I'm watching the New York Giants. Bro, I'm counting on you, and I know you're gonna get it done.
Oh yeah. I appreciate it. All. I do. This means everything, and you're one of the most loyal friends that I have in this profession and just in life. So I really look forward to doing this with you guys. And it's because he's Slim. I don't know if you know, he sends me all the shows. I watch all the shows. So
I'm pretty sure he does.
I've been looking forward to doing this.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
we appreciate you having on the show, Coach.
Thanks, Wade. Hey, look here, man. After the playoffs and all like that, and we're gonna have you on after the Super Bowl too.
Come on back. Oh yeah.
All right, bud.
Thanks, Wade.
Y'all have a blessed night.
Take care of yourself,
Wade. Same to you, man. Thanks, Wade. All
hail the New York Giants!
Wow.
Hey, look, Coach. I'm not gonna lie. All I needed to hear was Saquon Barkley had a good camp, and Kevin Thibodeau is like he's hungry now. Because that was the biggest question, right?
That was the biggest question. And I was so glad to him. Mildred, I was so glad to hear him say that he's strong enough to set the edge. Because when we talk about Kevin Thibodeau when he was at Oregon, all you heard about was his pass rushing ability. Yep. But I'm telling you, to hear Wink say that he's playing the run well, I mean, and see, Slim, don't forget now, they got that big cat Leonard Williams inside at the 3 technique, and the inside guy. They've got a Dory Jackson playing corner. They got some studs on that defense now, and you can rest assured, Wink Martindale gonna make them boys play like they on fire. I promise you that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Go Giants.
Let's go.
And now it's time once again for Slim's Pickings. Take it away, buddy.
Sure.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Congratulations, Coach Oliver Buddy Pugh, on your contract extension through the 2023 football season. I bet y'all didn't know that Coach Buddy Pugh is the longest tenured head football coach in HBCU, currently being at the helm of the South Carolina State football program since 2002. Now, right about the time when we're giving and honoring Coach Buddy Pugh, giving him his flowers, it seems like the head football coach at Jackson State, Deion Sanders, and the head football coach at FAMU, Willie Simmons, are trying to throw some shade on Coach Pugh, saying that these HBCU programs need to start leveraging and demanding more eyes and more money for their football programs so they could get, some more attention. Buddy Pugh made it very plain on our show that I don't need to do that. My way works. As a matter of fact, it's proven. Last season's Celebration Bowl, I beat you, Deion Sanders, 31-10. Deion Sanders goes on in his press conference to say that and assure that I'm not the only person that thinks like that. Hugh Jackson thinks like that. Eddie George thinks like that. Willie Simmons thinks like that. But not everybody thinks like that. Well, I'll tell you this much, Coach. You know that part of the washing machine that gets the clothes clean? Yeah, that's called the agitator. Stay tuned, sports fans. And that's Slim's Pickens.
Excellent job. The agitator indeed. I thought it was really interesting, Slim, that he called the names of the other coaches. They're Orange Blossom.
Star Power coaches, Coach.
Yeah. That game, September the 4th. And he named Willie Simmons, who was sitting right there by him on the dais when he made that statement. But he also said Eddie George thinks like that. Hugh Jackson thinks like that. Those are all those star power guys, Slim. Mm-hmm. Okay? And the one name that I think he meticulously left off, Buddy Pugh.
Buddy Pugh, yeah.
Why do you think he did that, Newton?
Well, Coach, other than him beating him, like I said, in the Celebration Bowl, I think it's because Deion Sanders is smart enough to say, we need a rivalry going. Black college football needs a rivalry. Just think about it, Coach. In HBCU football right now, what good rivalries do we have going right now?
We don't have a one.
I'm talking about Alabama-Auburn
counter rivalry.
Oklahoma-Texas. Michigan State. I'm talking about those types. We don't have that, Coach.
Yeah, so Michigan-Ohio State.
Michigan-Ohio State. I think Deion is smart enough to look at this situation and say the two best teams in black college football is Jackson State and South Carolina State. And we need to turn this into a rivalry. We need to get these two in front of each other more often. He's trying to be like a Don King, Coach.
Every knee must bend, every head must bow, every tongue must confess, thou art the greatest of all times.
Don King.
Don King. Hey, Slim. P.T. Barnum.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
He's promoting.
Yes, sir.
He's promoting. Slim, I think you may be on to something with that, because you know good and well that by now, this far into camp, that Buddy Pugh got Deion Sanders' quote on the bulletin board in the locker room.
One of the things that the players hit before they go work out or go hit the field.
Listen. And Buddy Pugh, like you said, he came on our show and he said, NILs, I'm off that deal. And here Deion is saying, we're going to leverage TV deals so we can do just like D1 schools, FBS.
Like Oklahoma and Clemson and Alabama, like them.
And Buddy Pugh made it plain on our show. I am not trying to offer a kid a D1 experience. But Slim, Buddy Pugh went on to say this. I can take a walk-on.
Ooh, say that.
And make him a draftable player.
Preach.
Jacoby Durant, who's going to make the 53-man roster
The Rams.
of the LA Rams.
Yeah.
A walk-on. Jacoby Durant was a walk-on, a fourth-round pick in last year's draft.
Yeah.
And Buddy Pugh sitting there saying, "Okay, Deion, yeah, I don't think like you, but we
I don't have to.
Hey, last time we faced each other, I whipped your ass 31-10.
My way works.
My way,
my way works. It's proven. My way works, coach.
My way works. Okay, so you go on and do your way, and you leverage TV and all like that. And I see you at the Celebration Bowl, and I'm gonna whip your ass again.
Again, exactly.
and so
what's up,
Slim? Good, bad, or indifferent. That kind of drama will sell a bunch of tickets.
That's exactly. Whether Jackson State wins or not, because Deion, he got to know what he's doing, coach.
Yeah.
Whether I win, lose, or draw, people gonna tune into this.
Oh, people listen.
They gonna tune into this.
Deion threw some shade, and I'm sure that Buddy Pugh is got them Bulldogs down there in Orangeburg, South Carolina, ready, and they said, "Okay, you do it your way, we're gonna do it our way. We'll see you at the Celebration Bowl, and we'll see what happens."
Bet. Exactly.
Bet.
Now, coach, while we on the topic of college football, before it gets hot and heavy, man, we got some hot seats we got to discuss, coach.
Man, it is hot today. Whoa, it's hot out here, man. It is hot today.
Oh, it's hotter than some buns, coach. It's hot.
Let's get up out my chair. I gotta get up out my chair.
You gotta get up out your chair, coach. It's hot.
It's getting hot, Slim.
My biscuits are burning. Fire in the hatch. Oh, eat green hornet toads. That's smart.
Oh, Slim. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in some of these D1 football programs. There's some hot seats. Ain't no question. Who
First
you got?
person we got to break down, though, I think is the most important is definitely Scott Frost in Nebraska, coach.
Yeah.
Now, after a whole NCAA investigation, you got to let go 4 of your assistant coaches, and not to mention, coach, that god awful 3-9 that 3-9 season you had in 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
You got to go. I mean, it's everything has been laid out in front of Scott Frost, in except for a formal letter saying, "Bro, if you don't win, that's your behind."
It's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Yeah, ain't no question.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
In fact, they restructured his buyout to make it more conducive to running him out of Lincoln, Nebraska. If he don't get it done this year, Scott Frost's history. Slim, they open up with Northwestern. And I look for them to take a sound whipping in their first game. Yeah, no question. The guy been there 4 years. He going into year 4. Ain't had a winning season there yet. He's probably history. Yeah, no question. That's a good one. Scott Frost.
Next on the list, coach, is Herm Edwards over at Arizona State.
Yeah.
The experiment giving Herm Edwards the CEO type head coach that failed. I mean, 25-18. You're 68 years old, Herm. They're not paying you there to be average.
No. He's 68 years old, and he's in the Pac-10, and it just not get the enthusiasm for the program is waning. The head coach is 68 years old. You mentioned 68, Slam. You know, you can be in your late 60s, Nick Saban, but he winning championships.
Coach.
He winning championships. He got rings. Herm Edwards, you out there at Arizona State, you 68 and you average. And the interest, the fan interest is waning. That job will probably come open at the end of the 2022 season. No question.
Definitely. Brian Harrison.
Yeah, at Auburn.
Coach. Yeah. Now, with Auburn, in my opinion, you are only good as your next win, because job security at Auburn is just not something that they put at the top of the contract when you signed it.
Well, the thing about Auburn, Slim, is that's a proud program. I go all the way back to Pat Sullivan, Heisman Trophy winner, Terry Beasley, Bo Jackson, Cam Newton.
Yeah, about to say Cam Newton.
Listen, listen. War Eagle. Understand this, Slim. The mindset of Auburn people, they think they're as good as Alabama. They have national championships on their resume, okay?
Yeah.
And geographically, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes from Auburn, Alabama to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, geographically.
Yeah.
But in terms of national perspective, right now,
yeah,
it's as far as Los Angeles to New York City. And that will be the undoing of Brian Harbaugh. No, and understand something. The guy's an outsider. He had no SEC experience. Okay, comes in there and he ain't got long. I'm telling you, it's a short porch. He better hurry up and get that thing turned around on the loveliest village on the plains.
Wrap it all up and just say, Coach, that Auburn is a victim of location.
Well said, my son. Thank you. Auburn is a victim of location. Slim, it's too close to Tuscaloosa for what's going on in Auburn right now, as opposed to what's happening in Tuscaloosa. No question.
Exactly.
No question.
Coach, last on the list, Dino Babers, Syracuse. Now, it was looking up for the Qs back in 2018, but I mean, going down since then, Coach, missing what, 7 out of 8 bowl games? Yeah, that don't look good for Dino, Coach.
That don't look good for Dino Babers. They've got an atrocious record in the ACC. Their one-loss record in the ACC is
they're 9-33, Coach, in ACC play.
Ooh, 9-33.
9-33.
And I'll tell you something, Slim. That's way up there in upstate New York. Okay, that's a tough place to recruit
anybody of color, because it's a hoop school. If I'm gonna go to Syracuse, I'm a ball out.
Syracuse, Jim Boeheim, it's a hoop school. When you think Syracuse, you think basketball. And yeah, Dino had a great 2018, but I'm gonna tell you something, Slim. The great Eddie Robinson used to say, "Yesterday's kisses ain't that sweet." So Dino better hurry up and get that thing in gear, or they gonna grease the chute for him. Yeah, no question. Yeah, no question. Yeah.
Coach, last on the list is we got to break down the AFC South.
Okay, we're gonna do the South. AFC South.
We got to do South. Now you know the ongoing thing. We didn't have the ongoing thing since we done broke down these divisions so far. I think the theme for the NFC South, AFC South should be the bottom ain't that far from the top.
Well, okay. All
right. Now let's break down these teams.
I'd buy that.
Let's break down these teams, Coach.
Okay.
Indianapolis Colts.
All right. Frank Reich.
Last they were a quarterback away from the playoffs.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz. Got rid of Carson Wentz. They got Matt Ryan in. I personally think they got a lot better at quarterback than what Carson Wentz has been displaying so far. If Matt Ryan can get him over that hump, Coach, not only do I think that the Colts will win the whole division, I think they got a solid shot at being in the Super Bowl.
I like the Colts. The biggest Jonathan Taylor. They got that boy Nelson from Notre Dame, that guard. They can block up front. They got Darius Leonard, the maniac. DeForest Buckner on defense.
And Stephon Gilmore, bro.
Okay.
He's playing at an elite level at corner.
Okay. So, yeah. And you're right. I think you're spot on correct. The bottom ain't that far from the top. Second in that division. You got the Colts winning it?
I got the Colts winning it, Coach.
You can make a strong argument that they'll win it because they have vastly improved at quarterback. And Frank Reich was smart enough to understand. I bring Carson Wentz here. It didn't work. Carson Wentz was the reason we did not make the playoffs. He was the reason.
The reason. That's a fair assumption.
Identify, rectify.
There we go.
He got to go.
Yeah.
He got to go. So you bring in now Matt Ryan. So, yes, they've improved drastically at quarterback. So who you got to finish the second in that division?
The Tennessee Titans, Coach.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Can Tannehill prove his doubters wrong?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. How how healthy can King Henry stay?
King Henry got to stay healthy. You know what? We talked about that. We had Wink on the show. Slim. The Giants open up in Nashville at Tennessee, and I'm gonna promise you this.
Good litmus test.
I worked with Don Martindale. I know his MO. He gonna crowd that box and choke King Henry and say, Ryan Tannehill, you beat me.
You beat me.
You beat me. And better say now, Tennessee ain't got A.J. Brown no more.
No, they don't.
Tennessee ain't got A.J. Brown no more.
No, they don't. They're gonna have to rely on that play action pass.
Absolutely. So, I would say, yeah. Okay, Tennessee second. So who you got third?
Well, I was getting ready to say when we gonna see Malik Willis on top of that. But third, coach, is the Jags. Me personally.
You got the Jags third.
I got the Jags, coach. I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna be drastically improved. Hell, Doug Peterson, one of the most brilliant offensive minds in the NFL. I think he brings that system to what he did with the Eagles. You put that in with Trevor Lawrence, then they got Trayvon Walker that they got in the first round.
Okay.
Boy, hey, the Jags were horrendous in pass rush. I mean, they take the league's lowest average.
They were a bad football team last year.
Yeah, but then they got Trayvon Walker, man.
They got Trayvon Walker.
Every third down, he gonna get a ball back to Trevor Lawrence.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Slim. I told you I raised you up with this mindset. If you can block them,
you can beat them.
They took the franchise tag off that left tackle from Alabama, Cam Robinson, signed him to a long-term deal. They signed the best guard in free agency, Brandon Scherf.
Yep.
They from Iowa. They got Brandon Scherf. And Slim, they got two real good backs. That boy Robinson, James Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, Slim, they got that boy from Clemson, Travis Etienne. Etienne, listen, he got hurt last year. He missed all of the 2021 season. Jacksonville could make an impression if Trevor Lawrence matures. And Trevor Lawrence is a lot like Justin Fields. They threw him in the fire. They threw him in the fire. We talked about Justin Fields last week. They threw him in the fire. They didn't have no choice. But if they can keep Trevor Lawrence upright and he matures, I think. But this other thing you mentioned, we'll get to this before we get to Houston. Jacksonville, to me, got the best coach of all the coaches in that division.
I say that.
They got the best coach of all the teams in the division. And Doug Peterson, don't forget what Doug Peterson did with the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl.
With a backup.
With a backup. Thank you. With a backup quarterback. Thank you. With a backup quarterback when he beat New England. No question.
I tell you, to quote our guest, Wink Martindale, pressure bust pipes. So we're gonna follow the Jags real closely on this one, brother.
No question. Now, Houston's last. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Good friend of mine who is coming on our show at some point in time, the former head coach of the Houston Texans, David Culley. And I have known David since he was a wide receiver coach at the Ragin' Cajuns back in 1988. David Culley told me this from his own mouth. He said, John, there was not a day that I didn't come to work as the head coach of the Houston Texans that I was not excited about having Davis Mills as my quarterback. And I think the same way, Sam, I think you can win with Davis Mills. The biggest thing is with the Texans, who's going to make the big plays down the field for them?
I tell you what, Coach, they are severely young, but Marlon Mack and Rex Buckhead in the backfield, I also think Brandon Cooks and Nico Collins are a good 1-2 punch.
Well, they better be. But again, I think you hit a nail on the head with the AFC South. The bottom ain't that far from the top.
All right.
The bottom ain't that far from the top.
It ain't, Coach.
No question. Yeah, man.
It was a pleasure being in the studio with you again, man.
I had a ball, dog.
What a hell of a show 6, bro.
What a show. Ball. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Look, hey, tell Mama I love her, all right?
I will do just that, man. Give my best to everybody up in good old Dale City, Oklahoma. No question.
Will do, Coach. Take care, all right?
Yeah, man. Take care, buddy. And finally, LeBron James got a big, fat payday. And did you notice how long it was? What he's saying, Jenny Buss, owner of the LA Lakers, is hurry up and get Kyrie Irving in this purple and gold. Hurry up and get Kyrie Irving in this purple and gold, and hurry up and get Russell Westbrook out of here. And let's win a championship before I go play with my son somewhere else. And hey, that's how I see it. 6 o'clock, straight up and down.
LeBron James. Because you know that's exactly what he's doing, Coach.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's doing.
That's exactly what he's doing. Listen, you gonna pay me well, and you ain't gonna pay me long.
So 2 years.
Thank you.
2 years.
So let's hurry up and get this thing fixed. And there ain't but one way we're gonna get it fixed. Get Kyrie Irving in and get Russell Westbrook the hell on
I can go develop my son. You damn right. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Well, look, that's how we see it, and you better believe that's how it is.
That's how it is.
Thank God.
Thank God.
We get to do this again.
Thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Homespun Sports. Sports talk with a twist. Of down home wisdom. Coach Martindale, we man, thank you so much for being a part of episode 6. We thank you so much for being a part of our show, and we look forward to a very healthy and relationship with you in the future, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure not to only catch this episode on YouTube, but on iHeartRadio and Spotify for your listening and your viewing pleasure.
Absolutely.
Make sure you got that bell turned on so you don't miss any of our videos. When they come out, we want you to be the first piece to get them. Make sure you stay subscribed. Hit the comments. Hit the like. Subscribe to the channel. Support your local greatness, y'all. It's all for y'all anyway. Hey, Coach.
Yeah, my brother.
Let's go ahead and get up out of here, bro.
My man, you ain't said nothing but a word. We pulling for you, Wink. What he said.